You know those people you work with and they seem innocuous? They'll never say anything to you, to your face, but they're always talking behind your back and they're always trying to win points with management. And they think that if they say bad things about people that they work with, that management will somehow value them because now they're a source of information. Even though the management doesn't realize what they're saying is a bunch of crap. But some bad managers will encourage that. And there was a woman that we worked with, and Danny, you can't see Danny, but he's behind the camera, that we worked with several years ago, many years ago, at a company called Lightspeed Research. Really mismanaged company. Bad culture, people who just didn't want to work, always complained about clients. The only reason this company was in business was because they were the panel company, the research panel company for Kantar, which is probably the biggest, right, Danny? It's probably the biggest research company in the world now. And Kantar has a very large, very well respected research company called Millward Brown. And Lightspeed Research was set up as a supplier to Millward Brown. That's the only reason they were in business. And there was a person there, and I'm going to get her LinkedIn up on the screen here if I can, who was actually an admin. She was my boss's admin. And I looked her up and I see that she's still an admin. Nothing wrong with being an admin, but you would think after 20 years, because we worked with her 20 years ago, after 20 years, you would think she would have been promoted by now. And here she is, Allison Faulkner. Can we get a picture of her? And I have to say, Danny, you can't see Danny, but I can see him. I have to say, she really got old. When we worked with her, she was a young woman. She did not age well. And we could see, you probably saw on here, that she's still with Lightspeed. Although Lightspeed's called something else now, but whatever the new company is. So I heard from other people in the company, because I could tell there was something, with my boss. She wasn't. It wasn't. There was something going on there. And the HR person came over to me, Linda Harwood, very very sweet woman actually, came over to me. She said, "I want to ask you something. Somebody came to me and said that you were clipping your nails at your desk. Now we didn't have offices; we only had cubicles. That you were clipping your nails at your desk." And I just looked at her. And I said, "Yeah, so what?" And I remember this because I had a client meeting. And you always want to look your best when you go to a client meeting. So I just trimmed my nails. Obviously, nothing wrong with that on your own desk. I put it in the wastebasket, obviously. And then I went to my meeting. Somehow Allison didn't like that for some reason. I heard from other people that she's the one who went to tattletale. She had a mentality like a third grader. I think in psychology they would say she had a fixation. She never got beyond the tattletale stage. She was fixated on being a tattletale. So anyway, I said to Linda, Why would this person who came to you, why would she care or he care?" Because I didn't know who it was at the time. She said, "That's what I said." Are you ready for the answer? The answer is this person, who I later found out was Allison, this person was concerned that they may be moving the desk at some point. You got this? I'm looking at Danny while I'm saying this. Might be moving the desk at some point, and someone might get jabbed by the nail clipping. I mean, this is the most, if there's anything more ridiculous, I've never heard it. Because the chances of the nail clipping being left on the desk, first it has to be left on the desk, right? For it to be there, right? So I missed it when right? The cleaning people come in. Sometimes they wipe the desks, right? They missed it. Months later, that nail clipping is still there. And she is moving the desk. Allison is one of the people moving the desk, and it hits her. She shouldn't go out in a rainstorm because the chances of that happening with the nail is the chance of getting hit by lightning is greater. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. And later on, Someone told me that I asked people about it, and someone told me that it was Allison who went in and tattletaled. I had another conversation with my boss. She said somebody told me you were on Facebook on your computer, and I knew right away it had to be Allison. So if anyone works with her now, be very careful. She'll backstab you. She'll tattletale on you. She has the mentality of a third grader. If what I'm saying is not true, Allison, sue me. Let's go to court because that was damaging to my career. Nonsense like that. And if anybody out there has had experiences like that, where there is someone who is after you for really no reason, just because they don't like you, they're out to hurt you at work, we want to hear about it because we're going to be running studies. We're going to be running studies for workplace dynamics. What happens between people in the workplace? What kind of corporate cultures are out there currently? Um, what satisfies people, what doesn't satisfy people. So tell us about it. Tell us about it now. It'll be good direction for us on our surveys. And remember to log into opinioncenter.com. Is that it, Danny? Opinioncenter.com? Opinioncenter.com. Join the panel. We want to pay you for your opinions and your experiences. There goes that one.